How's it going? Welcome back. This is the third installment of the Onewheel series where I talk about what's going on while I'm out catching some wind on the Onewheel. A lot has happened. Last time I reported was a couple weeks ago, and I was getting ready to embark on a motorcycle trip down to the tail of the dragon, and I did that. I was gone for a week, and unfortunately I'm still editing all of that footage. I did a ton of recording. Like, whenever I go on a trip, I try to record some aspect of it, but as I've said, this is a brand new YouTube channel, so when it didn't exist, I would just record to practice editing and recording and use some of my cameras. I love cameras. I have a bunch, but I don't use them very much. So I made a valiant effort to record much more of the trip, and in doing so, amassed a ton of data. I mean, I'm still working on footage from the X5. That was, I think, around 600 gigs. And I was also recording on an X4 and an Osmo Action 5, periodically with my DJI Pocket 3. I recorded it a little bit with my Mini 4 Pro, and I don't know if I mentioned it already, the Pocket 3, and periodically on the Ray-Ban Metas. So I've got a ton of footage to go through, and I'm still working on that. I'm still working on the X5. Hello. I actually had to buy an additional hard drive. Last year, I built a PC for the first time ever, and it was always my intention to add more storage. I went with a 2 terabyte SSD, and between Steam and everything I've been doing up to this point. Hello. Hi. Between Steam and everything I had been doing up to this point, minor video editing and photo editing, it had been plenty. But the moment I started trying to unload the X5 footage, it filled up that remaining, like, three-quarters of a terabyte that I had open, available. So I ended up getting a Seagate expansion hard drive disk, HDD, 26 terabytes. I caught it on sale at Best Buy for $250. It's an amazing deal. So I gotta get back to editing now that I have space. Hi. Hello. Hi there. Yeah, so I finally have somewhere to put all of this footage. Obviously not while I'm actually working on it, but just to get it off the cameras. So hopefully this is a long weekend. I can get caught up on that and start posting some of those videos from the trip. I was able to do the tail of the dragon. Obviously that was like one of the main points. I did a nice chunk of the Blue Ridge Parkway up to about Asheville. I was able to fit in the Devil's Triangle off of Oliver Springs. I did the whole loop, but I always base that the starting point is in Oliver Springs for me. You can start anywhere. And then I took a detour. Well, not really a detour, it's on the way home, but I popped into Red River Gorge, did that whole loop on the motorcycle, and then did some hiking the next day where I did some recording on the Half Moon Arch trail and up at the actual rock formation. That was pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to share some of that footage. And then I did the hike up to Cloud Splitter, and that was strenuous, super strenuous, but it was really cool too once I got up there. So I've got footage of the way up, being up there, and a little bit of the way down to share. That should be cool too. And that was it. I mean, in practice, it was a ton of stuff. I was gone from Sunday through, I came back home Friday afternoon. So I was gone basically a whole week. But anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna focus on getting all of that done and shared, and see what comes next, I guess. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later.